I'm Jerry Springer. The world changed, so we shouldn't be surprised that our colleges did too. We'll talk about it.
The plane was 31,000 feet in the air when it caught fire. The pilot made a perfect landing.
He takes with him a lot more than just his career. In Nightbeat, Jerry Springer had some thoughts on Johnny's retirement. Jerry?
Thanks, Norma. The moment of Johnny Bench's retirement is worth noting, not just because of his individual achievements, which will one day place him in the Hall of Fame, but because when Johnny Bench leaves, so will an era in 20th century American mythology. The age of the American sports hero is quickly passing. Now, no one's suggesting that Johnny Bench was necessarily the greatest player who ever played. He was probably not even the best of his time, and there are likely to be better ones in the future. But what Johnny Bench was, for hundreds of thousands of folks in this area, was a hero. No, he didn't stop a war, save a sinking ship, or find a cure for a dreaded disease. He simply played a game better than most, but he played it for our town, and he played it with class. More often than not, he won. It is the stuff of which heroes are made, finding victory where defeat seems more probable. Life offers few opportunities for victory, so we often grab them vicariously through our sports. As kids, every time we walk out on the sandlot field or toss the ball against the side of the house until our mother tells us to stop, we become Johnny Bench, stepping up to the plate in the bottom of the ninth to jack one into the green seats and left and win the game for the once grand Big Red Machine. He is our hero because he gave us victories when real life offered so few. He is our hero because we could identify with him. When he went to work, he wore our name on his shirt, Cincinnati. And that is the day that is passing in sports. There are great athletes today, but they are hard for kids to identify with because they don't stay put. They are merely hired professionals signing a 3-year contract with a local franchise and then playing out their option and moving on to another team in another city where the grass is greener, or at least the dollars are. Hero worship is an affair of the heart, but today our would-be heroes leave too quickly and too often to be loved. We don't want to be hurt, so we don't grow too attached. When we were growing up, Sandy Koufax was a Dodger, Stan Musial a Cardinal, Mickey Mantle a Yankee. But the day of a superstar coming up through the system and spending his entire career with one city in any professional sport is over. Johnny Bench may be one of the last of them, which is why his leaving is particularly sad. Heroes are fun to have, and we'll miss him. Norma?
Thank you, Jerry.
Just 2 years after his debut, Jerry was named co-anchor of the news, but not before WLWT put him through some serious training.
Now they had to send him to anchor school.
All tonight's news from the Action 5 News team.
I white-knuckled for about a year with him, hoping that he could finish out the sentence before the teleprompter went down. The story that...
A law office to City Hall, and from newsman to television star.
The president of the local...
He doesn't seem to worry.
The president of the local Teamsters Union in Cincinnati in northern Kentucky is warning trucking companies to send trucks out in convoys after midnight on Monday.
This is Jerry Springer, as he was known to Cincinnatians throughout the 80s, local news anchor. Here's how he got there.
Nobody ever said television was the most difficult job in the world, but sometimes Jerry tries to prove otherwise, especially in the early years. One of his first assignments was the 1984 Democratic Convention.
When you were a kid, did you ever, and you were watching the conventions, did you ever think there'd come a time when you would stand before the American people and say, Ohio cast its vote?
No. I was thinking that maybe you could do it.
Jerry had found his calling, but it took some time and some desperate pleas before the people watched.
That one of us had a do-over 4 times. Michael Collins, News 5 Tonight.
That's pretty good for Mike.
And he had to have somebody in the back of the alley knocking down all those pins.
Yeah. Well, we're going to work on our bowling this weekend, and you have a very nice vacation.
You're losing what?
Fine. He's not here, of course, to celebrate his 50th birthday. He wouldn't have been if no one had the chance to see that. Our defiance, our youth, our naivety, and our vulnerability. What we remember most about Elvis is not the fact that he died, but we are reminded about the fact of when he was young and when he was young.
Despite his rough times, WLWT became the #1 news program in Cincinnati.
Because I was doing the news, I couldn't very well be dancing with the Chippendales in the afternoon if I was going to be doing serious news at night.
During the 80s, Springer was a well-respected local journalist who traveled worldwide for serious stories.
I'm Jerry Springer, and this is famine-stricken Ethiopia. Tonight on News 5...
Now, while doubting...
Eastsiders meet over benzene spill. Reactions at 11.
Morning uranium leak angers union. Details at 11.
This is an update from News 5.
Good evening, I'm Jerry Springer.
And I'm Norma Rashid. Residents surrounding that benzene leak last week at the Queen City terminals got together tonight, and even though the spill is gone, their hard feelings about the problem aren't.
And the city and the Cincinnati Reds have come to terms. No lawsuit, just some compromises.
And more lawsuits will be filed at the NLO plant in Fernald.
We'll have all the news, weather, and sports tonight at 11 on News 5.
This with sports. This is News 5 Tonight.
Good evening. The message tonight from the folks who live and work in the east end of Cincinnati was loud and clear. No more benzene, period. During a packed meeting, the Columbia-Tusculum Community Council said it would no longer abide by the agreement which allowed Queen City terminals to bring the poisonous chemical into their community. That after last Thursday's leak of benzene during the very first shipment to the area. News 5's Toria Hamill says that leak is far from forgotten by those who live nearby.
It was supposed to be a night of questions, but for most it turned into a night of venting frustrations.
Residents of the Columbia.
With the population as dense as it is, I'd like to know if you'd like to live down here with benzene right next door.
Toria Hamill, News 5 Tonight.
Cincinnati City Council is also highly critical of the benzene shipments into Queen City terminals. In council chambers today, there was not only criticism of the benzene shipments themselves, but also at the city's shortcomings in handling a toxic spill.
If I had to vote right now, I'd say, forget it. We don't have the knowledge, we don't have the money, and we don't have the time to fool with it anymore.
As for now, council has stopped all shipments of benzene to Queen City terminals until the health and safety of nearby residents can be better guaranteed.
Health concerns are again on the minds of NLO workers tonight after yet another incident at the uranium plant. Nearly 7 pounds of radioactive dust leaked inside the plant during the third shift early this morning. The plant was shut down and employees were evacuated.
Good evening, I'm Jerry Springer. The sale of Homestate is on shaky grounds. Chemical Bank says the $91 million proposed state contribution just isn't enough. We'll have a full report. Also, it seems as if everyone has a point of view on the Commissioner of Baseball's suggestion that drug testing be for all the players as well as the owners. We'll have a report on that. And Dave Robinson takes a look at Cincinnati softball and Norma Cincinnati Vice. We'll have all the news tonight at 11. Please join us. Good evening. Tonight, a question is being asked in boardrooms and ballparks across the nation. Just how bad is the cocaine problem in Major League Baseball? Well, the commissioner of that sport says an investigation into drug use in Pittsburgh is likely to reveal information so serious that it's likely to damage the game. And in response, he wants everyone in baseball to undergo mandatory drug testing. Today, reaction to that announcement ranged from applause to outrage. Ironically, the big league players themselves are now exempt from the commissioner's order. That's because of a contract between the players and the owners. As for the players' union, a spokesman today said he didn't think the testing was needed, adding the cocaine problem is no worse in baseball than any other business. And it was just that drug, cocaine, that police found in huge quantities in South Florida today. In fact, it might be the largest bust ever. 2 tons of the white powder with a street value of about $2 billion. 1,900 pounds of cocaine were taken from a speedboat ditched in Miami's Biscayne Bay today. It had been chased by the Coast Guard. 3 men fled in the boat. 1 is in custody. And in Florida City, 2,100 pounds were seized in a mobile home, stopped for a minor traffic violation. It's not known if the drug shipments were related.
It was a vivid reproduction of New York Broadway. And you've heard of Off-Broadway. Well, in keeping with the mood, Jerry sang off-key.
Too many notes. I mean, I can hit one note. But they got lots of notes.
And Russ.
The faces behind the bases, broadcasting baseball at 11.
Is striking baseball's national pastime? Commentary tonight. Good evening. It's the day after, where yesterday we learned the medical facts, the unsettling reality that the growth removed from the president's colon was indeed cancerous. Today we learned the human side of it all, the first family's reaction to the news.
Have you heard what Jerry Springer's been saying?
On stopping terrorists.
I don't see how we can interpret these brutal assaults on American citizens as anything but an attack on the United States.
On Cincinnati's residency law.
It's what an employee does while on the job that counts, not where he happens to bed down with his family at night.
On school prayer.
Well, it just doesn't matter. Those who want to pray will, those who don't, won't.
Jerry Springer's commentary on News 5 at 11. People make the difference. Have you heard what Jerry Springer's been saying?
About the home state crisis.
It's enough to make any politician start thinking about life in the private sector.
On stopping terrorists.
We know where they are. We know who they are. It's time to go in and get them.
On Cincinnati's rich and famous.
There are ways to tell whether or not someone's in the socialite's blue book. If he or she cancels a dinner engagement because it's bowling night, they're not in it.
Jerry Springer's commentary, weeknights at 11 on News 5. People make the difference.